Hey guys, welcome back to Advance Wars 2. Last time we did one of my least favorite missions, and this time we're going kind of sort of blind into this. I say sort of because this is like the fourth attempt of actually doing this. I actually had to do it off screen to get an idea of how exactly I was going to do it, so here we go. According to the map we've covered, the lab should be in this area. So, the freeboarders are some sort of new tank? Perhaps. From what we know, the contingent guardian place is fairly small. So, if we're going to attack, we should do it now. I agree. What is it? Well, you two can't agree on something. We're both trying to come up with a plan to save Green Earth. It seems that sharing some of the same opinions is only natural. That's right. Eagle's exactly right. Okay, say no more. There's one thing that concerns me then. The enemy has a large force heading this way. When will they arrive? According to our intel, in 10 days. So we must capture the lab by then. It's gonna be a hectic 9 days. And it is gonna be hectic. You wanna actually pick Jess for this. And you'll see why in a minute. Alright, danger x9, danger times 9. This mission is actually really hard, even for normal. With that new tank, I'm sure our casualties will drop. Now, in turn, it's not like, oh my gosh, this guy has a ton of really powerful units. It's that you got to destroy everything within 9 turns. You can't even get to the lab in 9 turns. You have to destroy all of his units. So to do that, you have to draw his units out. And this is pretty much I'm going to be going through the turns pretty quickly, so sorry if you are trying to follow along. I know some people have tried to use my videos for to play through it, and get kind of an idea of how to do it. I do apologize if it's really quick. If you have to rewind to play the thing again, I'm sorry. But I was mainly trying to figure out, okay, is this going to work? And this mission is incredibly short compared to some of the other ones. And if you just see the video link, you're gonna know that. But pretty much the idea is, for the west, the land units to the west, you want to be the front that pushes forward. And as you see here, I am using my anti-air to basically just take care of the infantry there, but that way the tank's hidden. So you may see one battlecopter, but there's actually 4. And it may seem weird, well, why didn't you build a anti-air to help deal with it? I do have a cruiser to help deal with it, but it's really not going to, more or less, it's not really going to change that much about what's going to happen. And as you can see, oddly enough, he doesn't attack the battleship. I guess because he can do more damage. I don't know. But as you can see, a medium tank just decided to come down after I had built a medium tank down on the east front, as it would be called. Sort of. I honestly don't know. But I did take care of that so the battleship could be hidden once again, and then I'm going to take care of the battlecopter that's in the way. And what you want to do with pretty much every other unit is just push forward. It sounds weird. It's like, oh, let's just not bug ourselves with these guys. And as you can see, it's like, well, let's take care of this guy. Let's take care of this. Let's take care of that. What you're trying, the whole idea is to constantly keep pushing and to do as much damage to the enemy units as you possibly can. And it may seem a little bit weird for that, but As you can see, I am like, okay, well, I'm going to just build an anti-air to deal with it. Now, for this part right here, it can kind of vary from each time you play it, but you do want to try to at least damage the medium tank. And here I'm actually going to build a tank to kind of sort of help the medium tank out a little bit. But when his turn comes this round, he's going to use his power and dish out damage and heal. You do not want him to use his superpower because that really puts you in a bind. So do just enough damage for him to actually just use his power. It's not going to be that much of a hurt for you. That is a painful attack right there. But as you can see, it's a lot. That really hurts to take that kind of a hit. Oddly enough, though, Hawk does not use his battlecopters to actually attack the medium tank. He just takes out the infantry, which is fine. The infantry was mainly just a distraction anyway. It sounds weird to say that about one of your units, but that's what it was for. It was to just draw attention away from one of the bigger units. And as you can see, he's got a lot of units. And we almost have our superpower, but again, I'm not going to risk my recon there because I need to see. That's one of the big things, because the tanks don't have that big of a vision. And just take care of that medium tank is all. He is going to come at me with another medium tank, but it's just mainly a matter of, am I able to... I wouldn't say pull the attack off on the medium tank. That medium tank's going to cause a lot of problems. I don't know if it's going to destroy my tank outright or not. And of course, you take out the battle copters as soon as you can, because that would be a good thing to do. But as you can see, my medium tank and my tank are kinda hurting a bit. And right now it sounds a little bit sad, but it's like, okay, let's get some eyes out, and as you can see, there is the rocket launcher right there. And you can build stuff from that airport, but there's really not much you can do. I mean, there is the shoot, I'm trying to think of the name for it. You can build bombers and stuff, but because of the pipe being there, it kind of hinders you. And again, the reason why I think Jess is the better person for this, because she's the ground expert, as she would like to refer to herself as. Battles should never be taken lightly. I always give 100%, always. And just use her overdrive, which also is really helpful because it increases her unit's movement, which is fantastic. And just this tank dishing out so much damage. Man, this is one of the reasons why I think Jess is just amazing. It just shows you, it's like, okay, here's Jess. These tanks, they dish out so much damage with her superpower. It's just, okay. Alright, it's like, oh, there we go. And I know it's not much, but hey. And as you see, it's like, okay, that's where all of those guys are. And I did this just so I can dish out some damage to the rocket launcher. You don't have to do that, but I felt like it would be a good idea. And as you see, it's like, oh, that was a good idea not to go right there to where that recon unit is. And, of course, dish out some damage against the tank. That way I don't have to deal too badly with it. And here you go. I don't ever remember doing this mission on hard. I would not like to think what this mission is like on hard. It's probably pretty difficult. Having to do this in 9 days is crazy enough. When I first was going through it, I was like, oh, this will be easy. No, it's actually rather difficult. And this is something you don't want to take just nonchalantly like you might with the rest of them. It's just simply not a good idea. And it sounds crazy, but it's honestly probably one of the more difficult, probably the most difficult mission I've ever tried to do. Not because of the amount of, like, the type of units, the amount of units, because usually, sometimes, like, the enemy can overwhelm you with their strength in terms of numbers. But this one, it's just that you have to do it so quickly, it's just insane. And as you can see, I'm trying to show off where that rocket launcher is, so I'll just take it out. And I might not have been able to take it out if I didn't use the anti-air from the previous turn to actually weaken it. And as you can see, we only have 4 days left. So that basically means we need to do that. I don't know if that rocket launcher is going to be doing much, but okay. And here goes Hawk with his rocket launcher once again. Ouch. But yeah, Hawk is not a joke in this, so I am able at least to use the rocket launcher and use it in a manner that would best benefit my next turn. I can use it to take out that artillery and then move in my tank to take out some other stuff. Alright. I don't know if I would actually have to use that at some point, but okay. I mean, sure. Yeah. Barely survived. We'll just have this medium tank take it out. I love the Green Earth medium tanks design. I don't know why. I just love it a lot. Their tanks are pretty cool as well, don't get me wrong. That's something I don't know if I've ever mentioned in the previous game, or in this game. I like the design of the Green Earth units, and I like the colors, but it's just, I don't know, I just like the Green Earth tanks. That rocket launcher's not really going to do me anything. That infantry is actually his the last unit he has, so we're actually good to go, as it would seem. And yeah, that's actually the mission. It does not take a long time at all to do this. So Well, did you find the plans for the new tank? I heard that they had just been found. This brings up us one step closer to matching the enemy's strength. Uh-huh. I'm looking forward to trying out those new tanks. At last, a chance to demonstrate my specialty. Excuse me? Eagle, you're just a glorified flyboy, right? Uh-oh. Leave those new tanks to the ground combat expert? That's me. Who's a glorified flyboy? If we leave those new tanks in your hands, Red, they'll be wasted. What did you say? I dare you to say that again, Eagle. Stop it, you two. Whew. And it all comes back to an argument. I wish there were more than just an excuse for... This was... Yeah, I couldn't say what that guy was... Drake was trying to say. Now, I'm not quite sure how you get 100 on the technique, but I got an S rank nonetheless. I'll be happy to help save all allied lives. And there we go. Danger times 9 is done in 8 days, and there we go. That's all those points we have. I have not spent one of them since I've been doing it on the emulator. Alright, so we're going to save it here. Most definitely. And for next time, I'm actually debating what I'm going to do. One of these three. I actually don't know. This one is Drake's. That looks like a doozy. Boy, that just looks like a ton of fun. This one, the enemy marches into the volcano. This was actually a fun mission. And this one, Sammy is trapped by Adder. Oh boy, I don't like that mission. So I'm not quite sure which one I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do one of the three. So I'll try to figure it out, or you're more than welcome to give me your input of which one I should do for next week. So yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time on Advance Wars.